Here's a story that can help, or hopefully it can help, those of you who are on the job, have teams of people. If you're a parent, if you manage any organization where there are people other than yourself involved. And the title of the story is You Never Know Who's Looking at You. I get questions about people who want to work hard or who want to succeed but don't feel there are people out there who can support them. No one who, let's say, shares the same thoughts they do, or someone who can so basically be their advocate and help push them forward. They look around, they say, well, who's there to support me? And they see no one. But people are watching, whether you are aware of it or not. The examples are, if you're a parent, your children are watching you, and if you're a manager, people are watching you. But don't take my word for it. Let me give you a couple of stories that illustrate how this has worked for me. And I could tell other people's stories, but it's their stories. I'll let them share with you. Maybe they'll do so in the comments or in their own vlogs. So here's the story. Today, the Olympic marathon runner, Japanese Olympic marathon runner, Ari Moriyuko, came and spoke at our company. She got the bronze medal in '96 and the silver in '92. And she was speaking about her, she's heads the organization that's going to be running the Special Olympics in 2020. And I went to go see her because when she was running in Atlanta, I had just arrived in Japan as a new grad, and I was living in a roach-filled, cramped, old, dirty apartment in Kanazawa, Japan, in which I was living alone with tens of thousands of dollars of student loans, very low salary, far away from my loved ones, and unsure how to live in this foreign country. And I'm laying on the floor because I didn't have a bed, didn't really have a futon that was worth anything. And the Olympics were on late at night, and it was the only English I was going to hear all day. So I'm watching it at about 1 o'clock, and there's this Japanese woman who, really small compared to the others, and running her butt off, literally. And she looks so tired and in so much pain, and I'm looking at her. In the US, she's running in Atlanta, and she's in pain, and she's not expected to place, but she's running her heart out, and you can see the pain in her eyes. And I'm sitting there on the other side of the world, an American in Japan, in pain and suffering, and doing something exceptionally hard, and not feeling that I will place or make something of myself. And I thought, if she can do it, in front of all these people and risk failure, I can do it. No one became successful, well, not successful, but exceptional by being average and giving up. So I said, I'll keep doing it. And I sort of followed her. There wasn't social media then, and I thought, because she inspired me, even though she didn't come in first place. She came in third. Seeing her today, I was in a room full of Japanese people. She noticed me because I was the only foreigner in the room and asked me, do you understand Japanese? Would be okay? And I gave her a thumbs up. And then afterwards she asked, was it okay? And I'm like, sure. Now I usually get offended when people ask me, do you understand Japanese? Because I've been here so long, but it is what it is. And they don't mean any disrespect. And she noticed. And it inspired me that, someone who inspired me is still around and noticed me. And she probably doesn't know the story. I never shared it with her. She doesn't know the story. But even if you're not in first, even if you're in last, your principles, your character, what you do, what you strive for will inspire other people to maybe be first or maybe be second. There's nothing wrong with being second. Because you can move a lot of mountains in second place or third place or even fourth place. And there are other stories where I thought I was failing and wasn't making any headway, but people were watching and people believed, and it came out at surprising moments. If you read my book, Making It in Japan, the climax of the book is in chapter 11, where I realized that the brutality of my senpai that undermined everything I believed in myself was not true. And it came because people were looking at me and seeing what I had undervalued, and that is my character. So, you don't know who's watching. Do your best. I know it's easy to say, but do your best, not only in the work you do, but in trying to reach out and try to engage other people. sincerely and genuinely, and because you never know who's watching, and the world's full of good people, and if you can allow yourself to be seen, like that flower in the garden, open your petals as wide as you can, because if you don't, no one will see you, and you know how that is, right? So that's my story for today. I hope this helps you as managers, leaders, people, followers, even. Someone's watching, and that person is just maybe waiting for the right moment to say you're special and show you. Have a great week.